the Schwartzberg Plan. In our presentations at the missions, we rarely go deeply into the somewhat complex Schwartzberg proposal of weighted voting and weighted representation for the Security Council. At the foreign ministries, we usually do. Weighting of sovereignty, population, and contributions to the UN budget is employed, but the formula is more complicated and more favorable to the major powers, the states which have to pay for peacekeeping operations authorized by the Security Council. The Schwartzberg formula is weighted voting equals P+C+M divided by 3. P is the members' percentage share of the total population of all UN members. 1 out of every 5 humans is Chinese. Therefore, China's percentage is 1/5. C is the members' financial contribution as a percentage of the total UN budget. The US percentage is 22%. Therefore, it would be 22/100. M is the members' share of the total UN membership. Every member's fraction on that leg would be the same, 1/192. Were this formula in place today, the U.S. would have a weighted vote of 9.1%, China 7.7%, Japan 7.3%, India 6.0%, Germany 3.8%, France 2.6%, the UK 2.3%, etc. Keep in mind the first 4, the US, China, Japan, and India. In the Security Council, the non-permanent members now number 10. Several microstates have occupied Security Council seats, but they have never even tried to represent the interests of the vast and diverse regional blocs from which they were elected. Professor Schwartzberg argues that permanent Security Council seats, along with the attendant veto, should be abolished and membership should be based on objective eligibility criteria. He suggests that any single nation with a weighted vote of more than 4%, recall the US, China, India, and Japan, or any self-formed caucus of like-minded nations with a combined weighted vote of more than 4%, would be entitled to a seat. The regional seats going to blocks of states, such as the League of Arab States or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, would probably total 12 or 13, with another 4 to the 4 highest scoring individual nations. Any remaining seats needed to total 18 would be elected by the General Assembly, voting from among candidates nominated at large from the non-bloc nations. Terms would be for 3 years. This system would enable representation in the Security Council of more than 90% of the world's people at any given time, far more than has ever occurred to date. The need for consultation and cooperation within bloc caucuses should lead to a variety of regional benefits. We believe that the General Assembly will adopt weighted voting for itself before it adopts a weighted system of representation for the Security Council. We think the binding triad is more likely to appeal to the General Assembly members because it gives each of the 3 legs the opportunity to block action, just as in Washington, either the House or the Senate can block action. But once there is majority support from most of the member states, most of the people, and most of the power, the world will have clearly made up its mind in a reasonable and equitable manner. Even those few member states who may have opposed the action would have to respect it. Losing a vote is better than losing a war. Professor Schwartzberg and Professor Saz have both made clear in their monographs that their weighted voting proposals can be and already have been modified. It is to be expected that they would be further modified as the General Assembly committees explore, discuss, and negotiate the 2 proposals. We believe that weighted voting for the General Assembly and the Security Council is an idea whose time has come. Victor Hugo wrote, "There is one thing stronger than all the armies of the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. Dr. Edward C. Luck